What's up guys, welcome back to the House of Nay. Now in my previous video we went over my morning skincare routine. This time we're gonna dive deep into a get ready with me as I perform my full face glam-ish type makeup. First, you guys already seen how I cleanse and prep my skin. First, I'm just gonna go over as a little reminder of my last step in my skincare routine. I use the K-Skin, which let's not forget, by supermodel Winnie Harlow. Let me real friend, shout out to sis. You can use this sunscreen as a primer as well, which is why I use it as my last step in my skincare routine. Now, after I prep my skin, I'm gonna go in and do my eyes first. So starting with my eyebrows, I like to go in with my Urban Decay Slick All Day Brow Gel. I like this because it locks my hairs in place. So what I'll do is I'll just gently, I'm just gonna brush through my hairs, and as you can see, it starts to give it a laminating eyebrow effect, which I like because I don't know about y'all, but being on a budget, I don't always have time to go get my eyebrows done. So you start to see how they just lay into place. Now, I'm gonna go in and fill the other side. So this is gonna lock your eyebrows in place, give it that nice 24-hour wear, which we want because once an eyebrow that's slipping throughout the day, I mean, I don't, that's for sure. But I like to, this one is my tricky eyebrow, so I like to just make sure all the hairs fall into place. But don't fret, I'm gonna also go in with my eyebrow pencil just to fill in any of the more sparse areas. Okay. She's a little crazy, but we're gonna fix her, don't worry about her. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with my Glossier eyebrow pencil. It's a little bit of a mess, but Glossier isn't really necessarily on there, but you can use any eyebrow pencil. I use this in the shade Noir, which is the shade Black. I do have black eyebrow hairs, as you can see. What I'll do is I'll just go in and fill in the areas that tend to be a little bit more sparse. So I also like to do the front as well, just because it tends to be a little naked. Some parts of my eyebrow are a little bald. Should be a little bald eagle sometimes, but that's what makeup is for, right? Now over here, as you can tell, this one has a little bit more area of opportunity to be filled in. So I just gently fill in those areas that lack coverage. Going back in into the front, just giving it a little bit of definition, filling in where necessary. And sometimes I tend to overdraw, but that's when you'll just go in with the spoolie to brush it out. That way it becomes a more even and evenly distributed brow. Just like that. See? There you go. My brows. Okay. Now, I'm gonna let those set in. If you see me veer off to the side a little bit, it's just because I'm looking directly into the mirror, but as you can tell, my eyebrows are pretty much filled in. I don't like them to look unnatural, therefore I won't do too much. But this one looks like it needs a little bit more filling in. So I'm just gonna fill it in. Just like that. Okay, cool. Now we have a nicely filled in brow. And that's what I'm talking about. It's called Brow Wow, okay? Brow Wow, say it with me. Anyways, okay, after I do my eyebrows, boom, that's done. Then I'm gonna go in with my eyeshadow. I put together a little eyeshadow palette at one of the MAC Pro stores. If you go into MAC, you are able to orchestrate and put together your own palette, which is what I did. As you can tell, I have more of the smoky eyeshadow shades. I prefer more of a smoky brown type of eyeshadow look. However, to each his own. I personally like to do my eyeshadow first. That way it just doesn't fall into the rest of my makeup. However, if you do happen to do your eyeshadow later on, try to at least do it after you've applied your foundation and concealer and you have your setting powder. Do it while you're baking, because that way you can just brush off the excess eyeshadow that fell down once you sweep away your baking. Tips and tricks right there. Now I'm gonna go in with my MAC brush, my MAC 224S, and I'm gonna go with the lightest shade of brown. And I'm just gonna apply this to the entire eyelid, just to add it some warmth. As you can see the difference between my left eye and my right eye already. I just go ahead and apply that to the whole lid. This is more of a tapered brush, so it helps blend in a lot easier. You can really do a lot with this brush. It helps get into, like, you know, all the areas of the eye, the upper eyelid. Okay, cool. Next, I'm going to go in with the second brown shade. Now I'm going to use a window wiping effect. I'm going to start in the corner of my eyelid, and then I'm just going to do like a nice blend right here in the crease. That way it gives it a nice shadowy effect. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back into the other eye. Okay, cool. Next, I'm going to go in and smoke it up. I'm going to use... Okay, I promise you I didn't turn that on. Camera is my witness. It turned on by itself. You heard that, right? Okay. Now, back to what I was saying. I am going to go in with my MAC 252S brush. I use this to apply my darker shade of brown, which I'm going to use right in here. This is just going to create my smoky eyeshadow effect. Now what I'm going to do is I don't want to close my eyelid, but I want to apply it right in this region to leave the top alone. This is a flat brush, so you're able to apply it without affecting the top of the eyelid. See? Now I'll probably consider this more of my Okay, this fan is a problem. Very problematic. It just keeps turning on. It doesn't want me to be great, but I'm still gonna do my thing. If y'all are watching, or those that are watching, please do not be alarmed. Just a fan. Okay, next. Okay, so I have that on there, and you see how it's created a nice little smoky eye effect. Now, once I'm done with this portion, I'm actually gonna go back in with both of the first two browns just to create a more smoky eye look. To increase the depth of it. See that? Okay, cool. So now we have our eye. I'm just gonna go a little bit over the top just to make sure that was blended in correctly. Now, the last thing you want is a crazy looking eye. The eye is Chico, you know. Cool. Now, to smoke it out slightly more, I'm going to go in with my MAC Color Excess eyeliner. This is going to be in the shade Glide or Die. I am going to apply her to the top of my lid, underneath, like underneath my lashes. So the waterline underneath my lashes. And then I'm gonna apply it down here on my waterline. Now see, I like to do this. See how I'm using my fingers to help open my eye, but it's on my face. If I had on foundation and concealer, I would slightly be messing it up because I'm doing this, which is why I like to do my eyes first. But it's more of your preference. This is just what I like to do to avoid any excess messiness, especially because, you know, sometimes while you're getting ready, you may be wearing a different colored shirt or outfit and fail to realize that you have makeup on. Next thing you know, it's on your clothes and it's a whole mess. I know my ladies feel me. But yeah, just go underneath. Okay. And it already brings a little bit of definition to the eyes. That way when you apply your mascara, your eyes are like very dramatic. Okay. Now, eyes are done. I like to do mascara last. I mean, I could do it now, but we'll save the best for last. Or, you know what? Almost forgot. Let me apply eyeshadow underneath. I also like to do like a smudged out effect. Underneath. Okay, cool. Now just gonna smudge that out with a smudge brush. I'm gonna go in with my 242S and we're just gonna smudge her out. Okay, cool. Boom. That. Now, I'm gonna go in fun stuff. Not saying that wasn't fun, but I am gonna go in with more complexion. So, I will go in with my Armani Luminous Silk. Love this foundation, one of my faves. If you didn't know, Miss Pat McGrath actually made this formula, so shout out to you, Pat. I will apply this to my Dior palette, makeup palette. You can apply it to the back of your hand. I don't, like I said, I like to avoid as much mess as possible. So I'll apply like a pump or two. I will go in with my MAC 190 brush. I like to use this just to get a nice, even, full coverage. Kind of like the painter's brush. I'll just go in. Get the bang. See how that just melts into my skin, like, baby, look at this foundation. Now, I did like 1.5 pumps. I'm just gonna do another pump. Just for a little bit more coverage. Now, when it comes to foundation, you want to make sure that you're getting a foundation that matches with your neck. You don't want to go outside looking like you have a mask on. You know, because foundation is meant to even out your complexion. So ladies, please keep that in mind. Because I don't want you going outside looking crazy now. And just a FYI, when you are going to go get your color match done at any cosmetics counter, do not come with foundation on. What they gonna color match? You already have the color on. I mean, I'm just saying. But help your artist out. Help your beauty specialist out, your beauty advisor, whoever you're going to go see. Please come with a fresh face. Like, it's just a respect type thing, you know? Next, I am going to go in with my Dior foundation brush, which is number 12. I like to use this just to blend out the foundation. Make sure that it's all blended in, melting into my skin as it should. Because once again, what did I say? Your foundation should look like skin. Okay, I like to blend into the neck area just so that everything is nice and even. Okay, alright, cool. Next, I will go in with my concealer. I am using the Estée Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place. Now, I prefer my concealer to be a shade or two lighter. I prefer a nice bright under eye. Plus, it adds more depth to the face. I apply my concealer. I will go in with a beauty blender. Just gonna wet it a little bit. And I just start blending. As you can see, it already adds some highlights to my face. Just the way I like it. Okay, I'm gonna turn this fan off because nobody likes her to be on. there we go, more light. Yeah, more light. I think I applied more concealer on this side than I did on the other side. So I'm gonna go back in and add some more. I don't know how or why that happens, but I always do. Weird. Okay, now that that is all blended in, I am going to go in with my setting powder. I like to use the Givenchy. Is it Givenchy or is it Givenchy? I don't really know, but I do know I love this setting powder. I will go in with my MAC 100 brush. I like to use a little tapping. I like to tap the powder and bake. You see that? She baking. Now I like to set everywhere that I concealed. So anywhere that I applied concealer, I am going to apply setting powder. Because I don't know about you, but I like a snatched look, okay? If I'm going to do makeup, I'm going to go all the way. Go hard or go home, right? So now that I have that there, I'm going to allow that to bake for a little bit. As a matter of fact, I'm going to add a little bit more there just because, you know. This is by far one of my favorite setting powders. However, if you want to achieve the same look as the Givenchy, the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, holy grail, staple. Get one. Okay, now that that's done, I am going to start contouring. As you can tell, when you apply your foundation and your concealer, though it evens out your skin complexion, you tend to be a little washed out. Contouring is going to add more warmth back into the skin. So I'm going to go in with my contour brush. You want to use a very sculpted and angled brush to get you want to get more of a sculpted effect by using an angled brush. And you see that? Just look at that contour. Fleek. Now you can use the method of the 3 shape. However, you can also just go along your cheekbone. So you can tell the difference between my right side and my left side because it's more sculpted, but I'm going to even that out on the left side right now. I personally don't like to use the 3 when my edges are laid because I'm not trying to mess up my edges. Okay. Gotta keep those nice and laid. Baby hairs need to stay on fleek. and then I gently buffer that out. You can use a cream or you can use a powder formula. I personally just use a powder formula. I am using the MAC contour palette in the shade medium dark / dark, just because it matches with my skin complexion. However, for those that are more on the go, they do have cream formulas that come in a stick format. That way it makes it a lot easier. Okay, so you see, I now have warmed back into the skin and a more sculpted face, which I love. Next, I'm gonna go in with my MAC 180 brush just to sweep off the areas in which I baked. I'm gonna sweep my under eye. Oh, just look at her. Just beautiful. Just, you know, just, I don't even really know how to describe it, but if you know, you know. Now, we are getting closer to the finished look. Next, I'm gonna go in with my blush. I'm going to use Charnelle by Dior. I'm gonna go in using my blush brush by Chanel. More like a blush like this. And Charnelle gives me a more bronzed effect, so I apply her to my high cheekbones. She adds more warmth into the skin, as you can tell. And then it also helps with the sculpting that I created with my contour. Shant, if you're watching this, I know you'll be proud of me, because I know when I first started out, I did not like blush. I would not use blush to save my soul. I don't know why, but now I'm like, I need blush. And not only do I need blush, I need a lot of it. So you just, I apply that to the apples of my cheeks, or high cheekbone rather. Because the apple of my cheeks, I'm going to use Poison by Dior as well. And this is my baby, because look at what she does. Y'all see that? Exactly. So I just pat her in to the apples of my cheeks. That way I not only have a rosy cheek, but I have color into the skin. Please don't mind my ring, it's just making a lot of noise. Okay. I also like to add some blush of the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, just to add some color there, you know? And voila, there you have it, blush. Okay, next I am going to go in with my mascara. I start off with the Sephora Love the Lift mascara, just to add more volume and more of a lifting effect to the lashes. I like to start in the middle and just wiggle the brush through. And in the instance that you do happen to make a mistake and get mascara everywhere, don't fret. Just go in with a Q-tip to wipe that excess product away. and instantly you can see that my lashes are lifted as opposed to my other eye. See that? Okay, I know you see that. I don't apply it to my bottom lashes. I like to leave that for another mascara that's gonna add a more dramatic effect. Because you don't necessarily need to lift your bottom lashes, especially since the hairs are going in the opposite direction. I just like to wiggle the product through. This also helps with separating the lashes. If you've ever experienced clumping, you want to just make sure that you are evening out the product through your lashes and separating them as well. That way you don't get that clumping effect, because who wants that? No one wants their lashes to be looking like little creepy spiders. At least I don't. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Lancome HYPNÅSE Drama mascara, and this is going to add exactly what it says, drama. It's gonna create more of a dramatic look to the eyes, which will also help and aid in enhancing your smoky eyeshadow look. And this is the one that I applied to the bottom lashes. Okay, so now that my mascara is done, the last and final step, well actually I wouldn't say it's the last and final step, but your lip. So I like to use my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On lip liner. It's in the shade Liar. And I just like to go in and overline my lip. Now please keep in mind that you want to make sure that your lips are hydrated before applying any lip product, especially if you're applying a lip liner or a lipstick that is more mattifying. Anything matte tends to be drying. Therefore, make sure your lips are hydrated, because you don't want your lips out here looking all crusty. I mean, if you do, that's you, but I wouldn't advise it, sis. So as you can see, I already have like a fuller look effect. Lips looking real good. Okay. And then just shade it in a little bit more. Cool. Now, as you can see, this gives more of a mauve type look, which is how I like it. Very similar to my natural lip color. However, it just enhances it, you know, and it also complements the smoky eye. You see how everything just coming together? Exactly. Next, I will go in with my Pat McGrath Love Potion lip gloss. Love this lip gloss. Not only does it smell good, but it tastes good too. I mean, it's not meant to be edible, but you just happen to get a little bit on your tongue. It's not bad. And I just go in the middle. I fill the rest of my lip in with the lip gloss. I'm not a big lipstick person. I am a lip liner, lip gloss girl all day, every day. But if you are more of a lipstick person, I highly encourage that you apply your lipstick before you apply your lip gloss, just because of the consistency of the formulas. And there you have it. I might just go over it with my Lawless. Oh yeah, she's hot. You see her? Glossy full lip. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call Renee's full face glam. Just to set it off, I will go back in with my MAC Fix Plus setting spray. Do a little spritz. Lock her in. And there you are. Fabulousness. Now that I'm done with my hair and my makeup, I prefer to, you know, before I go get fully dressed, I need to make sure that I'm, you know, smelling good. Because not only do you look good, but you gotta smell good. So, you know, you just gotta be yummy in all aspects. So I like to go in with my Charnelle Le Beige Illuminating Oil. You can use this on your, they say you can use it on your face. I'll never use it on my face, but I like to apply this to my décolleté area, just to add a little bit of shimmer. You know, you can't go wrong with a little bit of shimmer. And it smells good, it smells pretty. So I like that. Then Then I like to go in with, y'all already know the drill, my MFK Baccarat 540, the red bottle, just because it has that almond in there. I use her sparingly, so I just use one spritz. One spray is really enough. I like to just spritz her right in this region. Perfect. Now, everyone's like, oh, everyone has that fragrance, blah, blah, blah. Y'all don't be saying that about Chanel No. 5, and she's like the #1 fragrance, and she smells like powder, old lady. So please, when it comes to Baccarat 540, just shut your mouth. A lot of y'all that just be talking can't even afford it, so anyways. But for those that are like, everyone wears it, go ahead and purchase the Gentle Fluidity, which is also under the same umbrella as the Baccarat 540. This adds a different scent to the Baccarat 540. So I just go ahead, it's a lot lighter, but it's still within the same notes, same family. And then I'll just spray that on top. Kind of like a fragrance cocktail. That way you have the Baccarat 540 scent, but it's not overpowered to where you're smelling like everyone. That's what I like to put it. Lastly, I will go in with my Coco Mademoiselle Chanel oil, body oil. I like to use her for my hands, just to make sure my hands, you know, are nice and moisturized and smooth. And that is what I call the full presentation. So walk outside feeling like her, because you are her. And if anyone says otherwise, tell them to come see me, because I'm Queen Bee. With that being said, enjoy your night, because I know I am. Mwah! Y'all, I just have to come back, because look at this contour. I don't think y'all see her. Do y'all see her? I know y'all see her.